Hello everyone, and welcome to another video from One Connected Love. I'm Daniel.
I'm Christina.
And we are true twin flames in Harmonious Union. We are certified ascension coaches at Twin Flames Universe. So for today's video, we want to discuss twin flame signs and synchronicities. So if you're new to your twin flame journey, you recently found your twin flame, and you go through that beginning phase of where like everything's new and fresh and kind of out of control. You probably have started seeing a lot of signs. 1111 is
1111.
1111.
2222.
Yeah, these are all signs, and not just numbers either, like signs that are just straight up words.
You might see their name.
You might see their name a lot repeating and everything like that. Well,
this is really,
it's normal.
It's normal. And what's happening is that you're becoming aware of how your reality communicates with you. Right? And it's really the beginnings of a spiritual awakening.
Yeah, exactly. The truth is, as if you've seen some of our other videos, we've touched on it before, where the external reality really just reflects your consciousness. It reflects your inner reality, and signs and things are presented to us, and they're presented to us by who, Christina?
By God.
Yeah, by God. And we're not going to get too much into the terminology here. It could be God, could be source, could be spirit, could be universe, whatever you resonates with you. But the point is, is that all of these signs come up to show you that you are not crazy, right? You're not. You are seeing these for a reason, and they do have a specific purpose. Now, when I first started out on my twin flame journey, I started seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 was a big one for me. I started seeing a bunch of repeating numbers. What were yours?
I saw 1, 2, 3, 4 a lot, and the number 34 all the time. Yeah,
I saw 1, 2, 1 a lot, like everywhere.
And 1111, of course.
1111.
Yeah,
everywhere.
when you're in alignment, 1111 is always like a good sign.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was like, what is going on? Am I going like insane or whatever? And I began researching twin flames online, and then I found a lot of websites that are like sacred angel numbers and all these things that really helped me understand what I was experiencing. And I noticed, like, at least for me, that sometimes those numbers were accurate, sometimes they weren't super accurate, but there was a reason for that. And something that our spiritual teachers taught us, Jeff and Shaleia specifically, she did a video once on like sacred numbers and repeating numbers and stuff like that.
Which we'll link that below.
Yeah, we'll link that below. And they taught us that these numbers can actually be programmed. So you can ascribe a meaning to them, and they will pop up at times to give you that sort of direction. If those other definitions resonate with you, by all means you want to follow that good feeling in your heart, and whatever resonates with you. But yeah, and I was just going to say, you can use that to communicate with your reality, right? And like, you can ask for signs, you can ask for you can ask for numbers, you can this is like a chance for you to get really clear on the fact that your world is it's dynamic and ever changing, and it comes from within you towards the outside, not the other way around. And so these numbers, like, it's like your perspective, you know what I mean? And you can ask for whatever you need to get clear there. Yeah, and they will come up at the perfect time. Pay attention to when you're seeing them. An important thing is like pay attention to the choices that you're making right before you see them, or the thoughts that you're thinking right before you see them. In my case, I would be like, there's an example where I was not believing that the twin flame journey was real or anything like that. And then I was driving in my car, and I remember thinking that no, this isn't real or anything like that. And then sure enough, like the car right in front of me on the windshield said 1111, and there was just believe written on the back of the car. It was actually really, really funny. Yeah.
Yeah, you might see like your twin flame's name everywhere. You might all of a sudden start like seeing a bunch of people like with that name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I experienced all of that, and it all turned out to be like really true too. So, is there anything else about numbers?
I mean, I feel pretty complete there. I think mostly it's just an opportunity for you to really get comfortable with the idea that like you create your own reality. You know?
Right, exactly. And
you don't need to obsess over the numbers.
yes.
That's actually something that maybe we should talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people really can you don't need to become ungrounded and like go off the rails and like abandon reality.
Well,
and
like every little thing is like a meaning. It's like has meaning, and then you're like driving yourself,
Right, driving yourself crazy. Yeah, like that's something that you can really go the other way with it, right? And then all of a sudden now you kind of like lose touch with like just reality and become unrelatable to other people.
Right. Right. The point of the signs is that they're like arrows pointing you in a direction. Right. And they're gentle, and they're not meant to like shape your entire reality or anything.
Right.
They're just pointing you like it's a little wink from the universe.
Exactly.
A little wink from God saying, yeah, you're headed in the right direction. Yes. Yes.
Like, do you obsess over every stoplight when you're driving? No.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can just look at the green lights,
acknowledge it,
keep going.
Yeah, acknowledge it, keep going in that direction if it feels good.
Exactly.
If it like resonates with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point to bring up.
Yeah. Yeah, and I really feel like ultimately like you kind of transcend it in such a way where you you become really clear. Your intuition becomes really clear. And then the signs are like, it's like an added bonus. But this is helping you, become really clear in your intuition. And then it's like you receive a sign and you're like, oh, I was right. Or like, oh, I'm on the right track. Exactly. But ultimately, like what you need to be trusting the most is your own heart.
Yes. Yes.
And that's what this journey is all about, is getting really clear on the feelings in your heart and what that means to you and like what the truth in your heart is. And the more that you choose to listen to that truth, and if some signs help you verify that and help you get clear on what you're perceiving, then good. You know?
Yeah, and one thing Christina touched on that I want to touch on too is that these signs, you don't necessarily follow them blindly in the sense, like she said, logic, right? And logic is extremely important. A good balance of logic and feeling.
The universe is logical.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
A good balance of logic and feeling when you're navigating these signs. When you see a sign, you can acknowledge it, but really, get into your heart and see how you feel about it. Sometimes these feelings may be steering you in a different direction and be like, oh, this doesn't feel so good, let's go a different direction. Sometimes they're right on the money and you're just like, yeah, it feels good, okay, continue in this direction. But ultimately, yes, your guide are your feelings inside your heart, right? The heart is the seat of the soul, is what many people say.
Yeah.
And it's where your consciousness lies. And your heart always knows the truth.
Exactly.
Always knows the truth. Like, it will always lead you in the right direction. So it's good to use that as your main compass, and then the other signs and synchronicities kind of
as like a
supplement.
Like a supplement or like a checkpoint.
Like a checkpoint.
And it's important to learn how to follow your heart, right? These feelings of self-betrayal come from not following your heart, right? And even if your heart leads you down a crooked path, following your heart, there's lessons for you on that path.
Right. It will always lead you back to where you need to be, right?
Exactly.
Always lead you to the truth.
Right. And so that's ultimately what this journey is about, It's about following your heart and like learning who you really are, and like learning
as a divine being.
Exactly, and learning what's really in your heart. And yeah, you're gonna make some choices that you might not make if you weren't following your heart. Like if you were listening only to, like, you know,
pure logic, or
like what society says, or like what you think you should do. But the point of the signs and synchronicities are to help you get clear on what's in your heart.
Yeah. All right. That was pretty good. That feels complete to me. How about you?
Yeah, it feels complete to me. Yeah.
Well, thank you for watching this video. We hope that you enjoyed it, and please like and subscribe. If you're interested in doing any sort of coaching with us, visit oneconnectedlove.com, and we have all of our services listed there.
Yep.
All right. Thank you very much.